everyone.
Good evening, everyone. Now we will start the live stream with our guest, Nurdaulet Bazylbekov. Can you hear us?
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Good evening.
Good evening. Do you want me to turn on the video? What format are we doing?
Yeah, if you can, it would be good.
Okay.
Great.
Hopefully now you can see me and hear me.
Yeah, sure. Thanks for joining. And now we will start in that case. How are you today?
I'm doing good. Thank you so much. Thanks everyone for joining the call, and excited to chat, share more, and hopefully
great.
have this helpful.
In that case, let's start. Can you tell us about your background a little bit?
Sure. First off, my name is Nurdaulet. Very shortly, it's Nur. I'm originally from Kazakhstan, but I've lived in the UK for the past 13 years. So it's been a very, very long time in the country. My background is pretty, I would say, standard. So I studied finance and worked in finance for, I would say, most of my professional career.
Yeah, great. You said finance and investing. Okay, how did you first get into them?
It's a bit of like very classic story for when you're old. Small boy. You're watching some movies about stock market and you get excited about it, about with all of this Hollywood thing. So I remember watching that first, and then I said, okay, you know what? It looks cool. People in suits. It's definitely something probably that is fun. And I started, and that came from my childhood. And then I was like, okay, I need to try applying for some jobs. When I was a bit older, I started applying for different internships while I was in Kazakhstan. During my high school times, during even my university, when I was coming back to Kazakhstan, I was trying to get every internship that allowed to work. Sometimes they would pay me money, sometimes they wouldn't. Sometimes they would say they would pay me and they wouldn't in the end anyways. But anyway, in the end, he would do it for experience. And the most important thing was to learn what is it that you want to do in the future, because finance is very, very broad term, right? It can be, some people might even think insurance is part of finance, but there is definitely accounting, audit, there is a bit of financial consultancy, trading, etc. So there are so many aspects, and when you're studying at school and university, for you finance is kind of one thing, but the older you get, you realize it's so segmented into many different parts and, that require completely different skill set. So I spent all of my summers, starting from end of my high school to almost end of my university, doing internships at very different places: accounting, banks, even banking ombudsman. I don't know if people on the call know what ombudsman is. I didn't when I applied, because I just applied, thought, okay, there is word banking, so it should be cool. I applied there, and the ombudsman is basically a legal office, which was obviously a disaster for me because I'm not a legal person, that stands there between banks and those who took the loans. And if there is any disagreement between bank and let's say a person, before going to court and doing a legal battle, ombudsman can step in and kind of help to resolve the situation. So I even tried that part of finance, and that helped me kind of see pretty much wide areas. I worked at Kazakhstan Stock Exchange even, and I had some idea what I want to do. So when I was finishing my university, I got into London Stock Exchange for internship. That was probably the most pivotal moment that changed kind of the level of job I was doing, even kind of ambition as well. I think it all kind of kicked in there.
Great, awesome. Now you're in startup sphere, yes, like angel investor. Currently,
Yes.
you're living in Great Britain.
Correct. Yes.
Great. Now, what made you interested in startups and innovation, especially in Central Asia, in Europe?
I think it's a more deeper question than it seems, because I told you a story how I was excited about this movie, finance, people in suits, but once you get in there, all of this becomes normal after maybe a couple of months, right? You realize everyone around is also normal. They're just normal people, nothing so magical as you saw before. And once I started having that feeling, I was also changing teams in my corporate job, trying different things, basically searching for what I like. And I still liked finance. I liked numbers, all of that stuff. But something was very different when I was talking to my friends from tech, like, software developers. It felt more interesting. It felt like they're actually contributing because, for example, one friend would change something in the system that would affect directly what your iPhone does. And you can, like, everyone can have on their phone and see it, feel it, and he could see the impact. While when I was at in the trading or finance world, it's so huge in the world of like trillions of different trades going on, that your impact is not that big, or you can't simply explain it, let's say. So I think that was the feeling I had, and I was like, okay, I actually like a bit more in the tech world because it's growing fast. You can make an impact much quicker, and it can be bigger impact. So I thought, okay, I need to start getting into it a bit more. So I started talking more to my tech friends, trying to learn a bit. I'm not a very technical person, so it wasn't a very successful learning experience, but I started growing my network. And by growing network, I started seeing more and more bright people who are building little things that are growing very fast. And that's basically a definition of startup, right? So once I saw these people, I started supporting all the way I can, maybe connecting with some of my finance friends who could give investments, and somewhere I would try to invest myself, very, very small checks as an angel investor, so-called. And that's how the entry happened, because it wasn't that I woke up one day and decided to be an angel investor. It happened kind of progressively.
Great. So you also tried trading, yes?
Correct. Yes.
Great. So far, how many startups did you invest in your VC?
As a VC, so there are two parts to it. So I started investing as an angel, and very recently in March, we have, let's say, launched the venture arm of our community. And the community is tech people from Eurasia, in working or doing a startup in Europe. So we launched the venture community very recently, I think, yeah, end of January, early Feb. And so it was very recent. We have done about, I think, 3 deals with the whole structure, the legal structure of the venture arm. But I've done myself about maybe 8 more. So 12 deals in total.
So far, yes. Great. Can you tell us how much was the investment, the maximum and the minimum?
I think the minimum investment as an angel when I was just working, first year at the corporate job, I think minimum was about 5,000 GBP pounds, so maybe $6,000-7,000 was depending on the FX rate. The maximum was just under 150,000 as a collective from different angels that we syndicated through our venture arm.
Great. Recently, you and the one VC also invested in the startup from Kazakhstan, Arlan Rakhmetzhanov. Yes, 18-year-old boy.
Yeah, very bright, crazy case.
Yeah, how are you invested? Because the amount of money is very huge.
Because there were many different investors. I think the article only mentioned me and Local Globe, but there were 3 more investors. So there were 5 investors in total. And everyone had a different sum of money invested. I don't think we can disclose it for now because it's not like the amount is not officially disclosed by Arlan himself, from each investor. So I think it's up to him once he starts distributing those details. But there were, to give more insight, I don't think it says anywhere in the press, but there were a total of 5 investors.
Yeah, we've seen that.
Yeah.
Sorry for disturbing. We've seen that the amount of who investment is $1 million. It's age 18. Great.
Yes. Yeah.
Also, are you currently looking into investing in startups from Uzbekistan or other parts of Central Asia?
Of course. I even visited Uzbekistan a year ago, because even a year ago, in the past year, the speed with which Uzbekistan startup ecosystem grew was crazy. I think I don't know if there is any research, but if there is, I'm sure it will say that Uzbekistan is probably one of the fastest growing startup ecosystems generally in the world. And you also have a huge economy. You have much more population than in Kazakhstan or Kyrgyzstan, nearby countries. And which is very key, right? If you look at some of the examples of big economies in emerging markets, let's say Indonesia and other ones, which are becoming big startup nations, it's one of the key factors is number of people, right? Number of potential customers. So I think Uzbekistan is is good potential, and I'm in very close relationship with Uzbekistan startup community in London. So I know a couple of great let's say startup leaders in London. So there is Batir Arifjanov. He comes to our community every month. There is a book cafe. I don't know if you know about it. I think there is one in Tashkent, and they are doing the similar thing in London. So last week on, I think, this week. Yes, I'm forgetting. This week on Monday, I also visited Uzbekistan fintech startups office in London called Manev. So it's crazy. You're even seeing some very good startups, not only in Uzbekistan but also in London, in a very competitive fintech market, and you see some cool startups from Uzbekistan too.
Yeah, why I asked this one, and because there are some startup founders who are listening us, and if you have any questions, raise your hands, please. I will turn on the microphones. The startup sphere also is growing day by day in Uzbekistan. So we have some VCs also in Uzbekistan. It's awesome. Yeah, there are some questions from Shukrat Faiziyev. You can speak now.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Hi, my name is Shukrat Faiziyev. I'm the founder of Darstop. Darstop is the startup located in the United States. In the education field. We're basically building a education platform for the kids of the immigrants in the United States. So we are growing. We have about 60 students and around 10 teachers around the world. So my question is, what industries are you interested in investing? And is there any education industry in your list? Thank you.
Thanks, Shukrat. So I think we're industry agnostic, meaning we don't prefer any specific industry. One of the reasons is because we don't think of ourselves as expert investors, because there are different types of investors, right? Some of them are just investors with lots of money, some of them with lots of expertise, and then we're more of a community investors. What it means is we have a collective money as well as expertise. So how it works is I would usually take a lead and try to source some deals, find some deals, speak at this kind of opportunities, and find some great startups. And I would do kind of a minimum first filter myself, trying to review minimum, let's say, I don't like the word requirements, but like minimum ticks, right? So a startup is ambitious, looking for global opportunities, has some unique, interesting idea, and it's already proving to like that the idea is working. Not necessarily revenue, but as you said, like you already have some students, and also in regarding ambition, you're building the big market. And the idea itself is also great, right? Because America is like country of immigrants in the end. So I think it kind of ticks all the stuff. And what happens next is what we do is we pass it to our syndicate, so our angels in our community, and we get a collective kind of yes or no who wants to invest in. And then if there is kind of a strong interest from the wider community, we then can discuss things further, etc. How it works is I will try to. Can I message? No, I can't. I can message here, but if you go to Eurasian Hub .vc, you will see our website. I've just built it myself very quickly, so please don't judge all the design there. But it's very simple. It does the job. So what it does is there are two sections for those who want to become an investor and for those who want to get investments. So if you're looking for investments, you leave your you fill out the form and you leave your details, such as the startup, pitch deck, kind of idea, your details as a founder, and we screen through those sort of every week. And we get back when first if there is a fit, and second when we have the capacity, because we obviously looking through the deals all the time, so sometimes the timing might not be ideal. Because, for example, if we are looking at 10 deals and then someone comes in and says I need money like in 2 weeks, that's going to be a bit tough, right? Because it's always hard to reprioritize everyone and move people. But overall, the process is about follow this.
Yeah, I found your website. Thank you so much. I will apply.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
So in that case, they can communicate or they can connect with you by website, yes?
You can connect with me on LinkedIn as well. If there are questions like, let's say, more personal, but if it's something to do about startup, it's best to send it through Eurasian Hub .vc, because when you send the form, I have it in the right structure, the one kind of I want. So I'm asking the specific questions there, like you put the right links, and because usually if you send ask those questions or like all these things via LinkedIn, it can be like very random answer, right? So you have to always think how, and it's not only about me, it's like about any investor. When you're texting them, you have to always think, what might the person be doing? So what if they're at the meeting? So they check their inbox and then they forget because they were in the meeting. Or what if they're going to the taxi? And then again, they come out of the taxi, they forget. So there might be a very different thing happening. So you have to kind of consider all of those situations, and hence the forms would always work the best if you're filling those out.
Great. There is a speaker also want to speak. Azize, your microphone is on. You can speak now.
Sorry, I'm not. Yeah.
Okay. Otabek, you can speak.
Hi.
Good evening.
My name is Otabek. I'm from Angren, which is which is stated on Uzbekistan. I have a question for you. Can you give us some kind of advices in which kind of business is globalizing in the world? And I also be so happy if you give us some kind of gold experiences in your life.
It's a very, very hard questions. What the heck? About the businesses. So I'll give you a very, very bad answer, but it's a true answer. Investors, if I knew the good businesses, I would be founder myself. So we try to find founders who know the answers for those questions. So we want founders to tell us what is the next big thing, what they're building. They need to come to us and say, hey, I know this better than you. Just give me money. In a very, very simple terms, right? So this is an ideal case, because again, as I said, we're not experts. We're not domain expertise, knowledge people. It's very different. Our expertise is taking risk and trying to understand from a very, very little amount of information. Because some of the founders might have worked on some projects for years, but we have to make decisions in weeks or months. So it's a very different way to make decisions, right? In terms of experiences, again, it's so hard. I think all of the things I mentioned, probably I can just refer to what I said, is trying out different things will help you understand more of your own skills. Like when I was trying to find different internships to learn what I like and what I don't like, I think that's probably the most useful experience.
Thanks for your answer. Any questions here?
I will be moving room now, but I'm listening.
Okay, great. If you raise your hands, I'll turn on your microphones, guys.
I'm over here if anyone has questions.
Yeah. I have some questions for you. You said you've invested already in some startups, and what kind of startups have you invested so far? And I mean the fields, fintech or education.
So there was fintech, there was B2B SaaS, there's B2C, health tech, sort of in the mental health space. If I had to kind of split it into more details, it would be, I think, at least 40% is B2B SaaS, because a lot of the things now are being done, obviously, to capture big markets, which are a lot of corporations. Yeah, I think that's kind of in a nutshell. Within B2B SaaS, of course, there are different sectors that they address. Some of them are healthcare, some of them are enterprise. Yeah, some of them address just specific users, such as developers. Those would be the split.
Great. Can you tell their names, please, if you can?
Just again?
Yeah. Can you tell the name of the startups which you've invested in?
Sure. I can tell the names that are public for now, but as I was, joking and saying that I did website myself. So currently, I'm still doing website myself, but putting a bit more effort into it through a different program. I'm trying to learn it myself. So there will be a launch of a proper website now with a proper portfolio, so you could see it later on. But to mention a couple, there was Leaping AI. It's a Y Combinator startup. There is Perplexity. It's like it tries to replace Google now. It's a search engine. There's Laminar. It's a startup that helps developers. Now they're working in the web AI agent space. There is obviously Nozomio, Arlan's startup, and a couple more.
Mm-hmm. Great. Which of the startup you're really proud of, and you had a very huge interest in when you were investing in it?
Oh, I will be very, very boring with my answer. It's like it's like with kids, yeah, cliche answer. But it's really every time you're investing, if you're not excited about investment, then I think you shouldn't be doing it. Like investment should be very exciting for you. You shouldn't be making it just to make investment. So every time when you're looking at it, you should be thinking, okay, this will be unicorn. So if you don't believe in that, then why risk so much? So that's generally the approach. If you want to risk that much, you have to believe in it with all your heart.
Mm-hmm. In that case, when you are looking at a new startup, what's the most important to you? The idea, the team, or the go-to-market? Also, the back investment also it's the first stage, but which one of them are interested?
I think, of course, the team, like the founding team, because I believe that if founders are strong, they can always find a solution to any issue.
And there's some problem with your connection.
It's having someone to call. Sorry, could you repeat it, please?
The question, yeah. When you are investing in a new startup, which side is the most important for you? Team, go-to-market system or plan, or the idea?
It's always the team, because I believe that the team can solve any problem, no matter of the market problem, etc. So if the team is strong, they can solve everything.
Mm-hmm. Great, thanks for your answer. Sadaqat, you may speak now. There's... Do you want to speak, Sadaqat? She has raised her hand, but... has there ever been a startup you passed on, but later it turned out to be a big success?
I think I'm so early in investing that I'm just hoping everything is a success in the future, because I haven't been investing for 10, 20 years. So we're at the very early stage. I think most of them are just starting out. So startup is a kind of fairly long game, so you have to believe in it and see some great examples. But so far the success is shown with a lot of other good investors joining the rounds. I think that's, for now, that's a success metric. Maybe
Okay.
if we can take one more question, as I will need to jump to another meeting.
Great. As the last question, I think. Aziza, you may speak now. I think there is no question.
Hello.
Speak.
Who were the investors involved in Arlan Rakhmetzhanov startup, and why was the investment amount not disclosed?
As I was saying, because Arlan needs to come out with the full media disclosure himself. That's just regulatory rules, because I can tell I invested, but if other investors didn't tell yet, I can't tell for investors. That's why.
Great. Thanks for
All right.
answering.
Thank you everyone for joining the call. I really appreciate your time, and have a great rest of the evening, everyone. Bye bye.